Hey, is it Venkata?
Yes, thank you, Mika.
Hey, this is Mohan. I'm calling you from Momentum, USA.
Hi, Mohan.
How are you?
Yeah,
I got your profile resume forwarded to me by meeting,
okay. Yeah.
and you have a few minutes now to talk.
Yeah, we can talk. In fact, I'm waiting for your call.
Perfect. Very good. Good. So, so how are things today? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So, how about yourself?
Doing well. Okay, so you were right now with the Jade, or you're going to join Jade?
I'm going to join Jade.
Okay, so what are you doing right now? I mean, in
Um,
terms of professional.
so I'm working with an organization called Hack Technology in Pune. So, and prior to that, I worked for Gemini. So, in total, I have about 5.4 years of experience, and where I've involved in all SQL Server uh, modules like I'm basically into 24/7 production support. So where I was majorly involved with various versions like 2005, 2008, R2, and which into 2012. So and have good experience with handling incidents, taking care of changes, taking care of regular maintenance activities, and end-to-end SQL Server monitoring. So incidents in the sense any SQL Server related issues like job failures, backup issues, any issues with database corruption related or user access related problems or performance related issues, and any issues with high availability solutions. So for all things we get incidents, and as per SLA defined, we take care of those incidents uh, on priority. So apart from that, I takes care of SQL Server related changes like installations, configurations, and setting up new backups and scheduling them and implementing new jobs, and also moving data from prod to dev for testing purpose, and uh, have very good experience with backup and recovery process, and have good experience with upgrading and migrating databases from one server to another server and implementing service packs, and good experience with configuring high availability solutions, and yeah, solutions like log tripping, mirroring, transaction replication, the clustering for any newly added databases, um, and takes care of regular maintenance activities like index maintenance,
Okay.
update. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Thanks so much. Now, okay, so the Yash is the one that you are currently, then with the current employment, you are supporting State Farm and the other one, right? Pacific / USA.
Right.
Right. So primarily, I want to focus on those two jobs because the support model that we are going to have with the Momentum, the company the company that I'm working for is called Momentum.
Okay.
Let me tell you first what we are looking for, then I'll see if you are the right person.
Yeah.
We have a 24/7 manufacturing. This is basically there will be a bunch of SQL servers and several databases in all those instances. I'm sure you know the database and servers.
Yeah.
We have lots of them, production and non-production. Primarily, the SQL, of course, we have Oracle shop, but all of our SQL servers have manufacturing applications.
Okay.
Now, this manufacturing is happening all over the world, not necessarily in USA. It's there any time zone that you can think of. We are going to have users using the SQL Server.
Okay.
So these SQL servers require 24 hours and 7 days support.
Okay.
Now, during the US servers, I'm the one who's providing the support, but non-US servers, we are looking for somebody. We thought from India, it will be very helpful. So India hours can cover most of the Asia Pac hours and other hours as well.
Okay.
Now, so basically just an overview of the support model that we are trying to follow here.
Okay.
Now, before we get into any of these technical aspects of your background,
Okay.
just tell me, and not just simple sentences, how were you supporting the State Farm and the Pacific USA, because they are in USA? I'm very curious.
Yeah.
What was the support model that you are familiar with?
It's the same. The model that whatever you are looking for. So right now also like we have people in USA and we are part of offshore team. So we basically takes care of both India hours. One shift like we start at 6 a.m. In the morning India, and another shift will be at around 1 p.m. It will continue until 10 p.m. India time. That will have the few hours overlap with US team, so that if we need any clarifications or if they need to know anything from us, those meetings can be scheduled in the overlap time. That's how we are managing basically.
Very good. So now, how do you take over the task from the USA team, and what do you do once you put the task over?
Yeah, so we will have a daily status kind of scrum card. So that's where so whatever the task been assigned to me, I'll be working in India hours along with if any new incident comes up in the India time, I'll take care of both incidents and whatever the like changes assigned to me. And in the evening that would be US morning. So we will meet up there in the call and we discuss those so things has been done from our side. And so if anything needs to be handed over to US folks, and we give we give them we hand over those tasks to UST. And also once they're done with the US business day, they'll give us kind of share the status what has been done in the US time, and if anything needs to be taken up from there to start in India time.
Let me ask you some very specific. I say at the end of my shift,
Okay.
I call you, hey, Venkata, this is the task that I want you to take care.
Yeah.
Now, in the morning that I wake up, and what do you expect from you?
So definitely some progress and whatever you have assigned to me. And if it is a small task, and if it is something that that can be done within my shift, you just need to hear. If it is completed, I'll say, hey, I'm done with I'm done with the task that you have been assigned. And here is if there is any evidence, like if there is any report or any status that can be shared, so that I can give it to you, or is something that you need to start from whatever wherever I'm winding up, so that can be shared with you, so that I can explain you whatever I have done in my shift, and from there, if required, you can take it forward.
Okay, so basically what I was expecting, primarily all the people that I talk to, work with, they're all good with technically. What I see missing is the communication part.
Okay.
Now, what I was expecting when I asked that question was, yeah, when I given you a task, we will definitely finish the answer your question on that.
Yeah.
But what I see missing is the communication, meaning, okay, hey, I have done this, or I have analyzed this,
right,
or hey, this looks like this is not something that we can fix. It's something that user error or user
some
issue
people may
have
hesitate. So some people, if they are done with their task, they can just they'll send you an email. Hey, I'm done with this task. If they're stuck somewhere and if they are not able to make progress, and some people hesitate to share that status, so that again leads to different problems. So we have when both partners are working on any particular issue, we have to be very open, and we have to give the right status, so that other person can take care of can take it from there, and if you put both the hands together, and we may be able to make some progress in case of if there is.
Okay, now that comes. Now that we have been doing this since 2012, how do you rate yourself in terms of the communication? Okay, how do you rate yourself what was the relationship or communication between the offshore and on-site, particularly rating yourself?
So I can say
How
very
do you rate
good.
yourself?
So I can say very good. So
Hmm.
so even on behalf of my team, so I go to the status meetings and I send out all the communication and I follow up with the things with other team members, and I do interact with onshore guys whenever they are online in the night time. Also, suppose I do connect from home sometime, and there if onshore folks are available, if I need anything from them, so and if I am expecting something from them, so I do talk over the messenger, and if required, I just bring on their mobile and I talk. So I can say I'm very good in terms of communication and transparency.
Okay, I see your one of the experiences of responsibilities is applying the service packs in regular intervals.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you mean at the SQL server, right? Not at the OS.
No.
Now, the SQL server, when you say regular intervals, so you see in a typical production environment or non-prod, you're going to have SQL server versions of different flavors.
Right.
Now, how do you tell me just to elaborate on that a whole lot when you say applying the service packs in a regular interval? What exactly you do?
So it's basically, so whenever Microsoft releases a new service pack, so say for example recently for 2000 SP3 has been released, so we'll be having close look on whatever the new patches that the Microsoft is releasing, and we go through what are all the things that are getting fixed with that service pack, and if and we plan to roll out that service pack to our environment. So first we go for implementing it in the dev environment and dev servers, and if you don't see any negative impact, and then we plan for the production patch out, and we create appropriate change record, and then gets required approvals, and then we implement that patch into the production.
Okay, so do you go through any non-prod instance first, or would
Yeah,
you direct you up
that's
production?
what I mentioned. The development, we go on development servers and UAT servers, and when we are done with those non-production servers, and then we move to production. And we do perform all
Okay.
kind of testing, and if everything is everything comes as a green, then so we get all the required approvals from client and the management, and we create appropriate change record in our ticketing tool Remedy, and then once we get all the authorizations, and we schedule it for the weekend maintenance, and there we're gonna apply the service pack.
Okay, very nice. Now, okay, let's there are a couple of things we need to. I mean, I just want to check with you your expertise with replication.
Yeah.
So, how familiar you are with replication? We frequently been asked to replicate a database, collection database into some reporting service. So, tell me your experience.
So I have been involved in the configuring transaction replication, and I have good experience with the troubleshooting the things, and so like so I've been involved. So whatever the replication, the related issues can be from we can start troubleshooting from replication monitor, and sometimes say for example I have a table in my publisher at source, and so I'm trying to insert a record. Some transaction happened to insert a new record at the source table, and when it is replicated to the target, by the time as our subscriber also in read write mode, someone has subscriber has inserted that record already. So when the whatever the transaction that has occurred at the source, when by the time it reaches to the target table, the record is already exist. So then again, from there the replication starts getting failed, saying that the primary key violations. So we can get those information from replication monitor from whatever the failed subscriber, and there we can see the command ID and exact sequence number, and with those information we can give that to the sp underscore browse ripple commands, and we can get to know exact row ID and exact target table. From there we can go and remove that duplicate record such a way we can resolve those primary key violation issues. And and also if you want to like any bulk, so suppose I have replication configured for say for example 200 tables. The data is already replicated, and whatever the new transactions that are coming into our articles, the data is flowing to the subscribers. Suddenly, our customer has requested to add two more new tables to the existing publication. So instead of going for if you want to replicate those tables again, you need to generate a snapshot. If you just go and generate a snapshot, it generates a snapshot of entire publication. It includes existing 200 tables and plus whatever the two tables that we are adding. So it's again a time taking and the huge process. Instead of that, we have some alternatives with that. Instead of generating snapshot for entire publication, we can generate snapshot only for the newly added articles, so that it will be very simple and it can be replicated very easily. So I've
Okay, now let me ask you this. Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this. Let's say you set up the replication, the primary and standby or replication database, whatever is going on.
Yes.
Now, what kind of monitoring that you think you can do? See, initially when you set up a job, then you'll be verifying that everything is going okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, you'll be checking it.
Yes.
Now, once everything is in place, production, after a while, anytime we set up a job, we all monitor for a few times. Then after that, we forget it.
Yeah.
Now, how are you going to ensure the 200 tables that you said, how are you going to make sure, yes, they are replicating on the primary and the replicator instance are identical at any given time?
Yes, so we can have some alerts configured for the replication agent jobs with the help of database mail, and also we can implement some custom process to monitor the data flowing from our.
Can you hold on one? Can you hold on 1 second? Can you hold on 1 second, please? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so we were talking about how we are going to ensure the primary and the reporting order. What I'm looking for is, many times, we see the replication job completes for whatever reason, but the number of records in the primary the table in the primary instance and the replicator instance don't match. So what I'm looking for from you is, how do we ensure if there are 1,000 records in the primary and 1,000 records in the replicator instance in that table?
Yeah. So so you mean to say we need to monitor the synchronization status, like whether all the data is getting replicated to subscribers, or is there any delay between these two things, right? Publisher and subscriber.
Right. See, again, you have to give allowance to the delay. For example, if you are replicating only once in, let's say, 12 hours,
Yeah.
then I cannot expect the number of records to be same, right? At 10 hours after the replication is done, okay?
Right.
So, I understand that. So, if replication is happening every 1 hour, then, so basically what I'm looking for from you is, I want the record count from the primary and the report. How do you do that? Have you done that? You can do it multiple ways. Have you done this? If you have, how did you do it?
So,
if you have not, then that's okay.
So I have not done, but I have just throwing some ideas of how we can validate, and we can have some kind of kind of jobs or small store procedure can be implemented at both publisher and subscriber server, and we can consolidate both the records into one centralized table, and there we can just do a comparison between the source table and target table, and wherever if it is not matched, and we can just by using database mail through the database mail functionality, and we can chip in that information into database. Just say for example, table one at publisher doesn't match, table one count doesn't match at subscriber. So we can just put that small text message and we can send it out using database mail functionality.
Very good, very good. Perfect, perfect. That's exactly what I was waiting for. Now, I'm extending that if it's the replication or any other alert for that matter.
Okay.
Have you done any alert like, hey, I asked you that can you monitor something, and you monitor and say, okay, this is a report type of thing. Have you done any such thing?
Yes. So recently also we have like our data warehousing jobs that will be executing on a daily basis. And sometimes what happens by 2:30 a.m. US time, the job supposed to be completed. So for about 2-3 days, it was assigned to me very recently that there was a new application. They asked me to take care of monitoring that job over India time. So I was checking manually, like 2 to 3 days. I got bored of it to checking every day, going into the server and checking manually and sending the status. Instead of that, what I have done, just I have created a small store procedure. What it does, it will, there are some fields that we need to check at 2:30 a.m. Just I have created a small store procedure. Basically, it will go and check those fields, whether they are whether the jobs are completed or not. In case if it is not completed, at any cost, if there is no issue, it will be completed by 2:30 a.m. If there is an issue, it will go beyond 2:30 a.m. At 2:30, I have scheduled the store procedure to run every night. And if it is completed, I get an automated mail saying that ETL load has completed successfully. And if it is not completed, I get an email saying that there is something wrong happening with the ETL loading. And then I get into that servers and I start looking into what exactly happening.
Very good. Now, you have done all these things. Have you sent anybody the mail that I'm looking for?
Yeah. Mails. Yeah, I have done some many reports. Like some people, from our business team, they ask me to pull some data from tables and put it into the email and send out the spreadsheet, or else build the HTML table in the email and put it into the email and sending out to the kind of distribution where like few people, whatever the email IDs they give, and I'll add those email IDs to the database mail profile, and they'll get, I'll schedule that report so that they'll get automated report based on their requirement. And also again,
Very good.
yeah.
Now, how do you rate yourself in terms of, I'm just asking this, we don't have any development requirement here, but as a DBA, we should always be able to write some few queries to do our maintenance, all the stuff. There is a store procedure.
Yeah. So yeah,
what is your
to answer a couple of your previous questions, I mentioned that I've written store procedures. So that itself, like I'm telling that I have I cannot say like expert, but I can able to take care of querying the data and writing joins and writing small store procedures and kind of things. I can take care of those things.
Great. Quickly, are you familiar with SCOM? Have you used SCOM?
I've read it, but I have not used it. I did not get a chance to. It's a monitoring tool, basically. Okay. Yeah, Microsoft monitoring tool. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is your upgrade experience? We have several SQL Server 2000 we are trying to upgrade to release 12.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. So I have worked from 2000, upgrading instances from 2005 to 8R2, and to 12 and 14. So there is no direct way to upgrade from 2000 to 2012. We need to get into intermediate either 2005 to 2008 or 8 R2, and from there we need to plan upgrading them to 2012 or 2014.
But so have you done anything hands-on yourself?
I've not done for 2000. I've done for 2005, 8 R2, and from 2005 to 2012.
So which when was that? Which client that is? Just recently or way back?
Recent. It's a recent for State Farm. We have migrated few of our database and servers that are sitting at 2005 to 2012 and 14.
Okay, very good. Hey, thanks so much for your time, Venkata, and really I enjoyed talking with you. Do you have any questions before we finish this call?
Yeah, it's from my side also it was very nice, pleasant discussion with you, Mohan. And yeah, I think as you mentioned, what exact role you are looking for, you have already explained me. So I'm expecting some positive response from you. So I think that's it. I'm good.
Very good. But you said you're still with the Yash, but when are you joining Jade?
Yeah, I told that I can join by February 1st week.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay. Hey, thanks so much, and let me know if you have any questions. I don't know if you have my email, then you can communicate through anything.
Yeah, sure. You can send me your email address. Yeah.
Okay. It's mohan.vaidyanathan@lemonton.com.
Okay. Mohan dot.
Dot